Aquarius, and welcome to your reading. We are going to get right into a past, present, future reading for you with these two decks. And I hope you are having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in this planet Earth of ours. Always remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And also, I will never reach out for a reading, so do not get got by the scammers. They are always prevalent, and you never know who they're going to try and, catfish as. But we are going to get into your reading here with a 3-card past, present, future spread, and each card we are going to be clarifying with 3 cards. So we're going to be pulling the first 3 cards with the Crow Tarot, which I absolutely love. It is a beautiful tarot deck filled with tons of dreamy-like imagery, I would want to say. Gonna get into it. I just kind of want to show you the cards. I felt the need to kind of quickly show you the cards here. I will eventually get more organized with my content and give you a list of all the different tarot decks that I have. I have a list of them. If you go and look in my link tree in the description of this video, there should be a link tree somewhere, and if you look on where you can get private readings, I think I have a link for that where it's above the link tree. There's a link to personal readings, and that should have a list of all of my tarot decks somewhere. It's like basically when you get a personal reading from me, you can select a tarot deck of yourself to get a reading from, or I can pick the tarot deck intuitively. And the deck that we're going to be clarifying, each of the 3 cards that we pull from here, is the Cosmic Slumber Tarot, which is very, very colorful and distinct and very defined when you start really looking at things and you're like, ooh, this is kind of like really in depth, Really love these two. And I kind of felt called to pull these 2 tarot decks off the shelf and get into your reading, Aquarius. Let's pull the first 3 cards here. Give this a good shuffle. What does Aquarius need to hear? Past, present, future. What do they need to hear for their highest good? Temperance, King of Pentacles. Ooh. Sir, ma'am, they, them, have you grown? Are you growing? Are you growing from this Knight of Pentacles to this King of Pentacles? Genderless cards. Temperance is out here kind of giving me this, this vibe of like, okay, I only have enough energy to focus on my cup here and nobody else's. So, if someone's in need, you're obviously going to be there, but at the same time, you're not going to go the extra mile like you normally would for people because you're trying to go the extra mile for yourself. Does that make sense? And that's where this King of Pentacles truly comes into balance here, is like a true balanced King of Pentacles really, has to, some people will seem it as like selfish, of like, oh, they're only focusing on themselves, they're all about themselves, but it's really like you're focusing on the things that you're working on because you're only one person and you got a lot going on that you're trying to keep in balance here, that you can, and you're building your strength. I see wings here too. The Temperance card usually has wings, so it's kind of like you're building your strength to take your flight higher and higher. Like it's kind of taking your goals higher and higher of like what you want to do, where you want to go, and how you want to grow and have a stable, like fulfilling, not necessarily just life in general, but like you want to feel good about putting your energy into this. So that's why you were like really focused, is you wanted to feel good about putting the energy into yourself. So you can build something that you really enjoy. The King of Pentacles build something that they just like that shit. Okay? They built that thing because they just fucking like it. Okay? There's nothing about it. And I feel like you've really grown a lot for yourself, and you have a lot for yourself. And there's room to do more with the things that fulfill you. I feel like you've been gaining a lot of ideas about how you can take something that like you already have, like reduce, reuse, recycle. The garden can be reused in many ways. There's apples in these cards. You can make apple cider and apple sauce at the same fucking time, you know? There's something that you can kind of cultivate and make two things out of the same thing, and maybe it's almost like two different streams of income, but the only reason that I could see its income as the main reason of Pentacles being out here, but at the same time it's income that fulfills you, the things that really really fulfill you. And I can't wait to dive deeper on this, because this 10 of Cups here, you're enjoying this with people who you truly trust, like deep in your heart. You truly trust. You're not really kind of letting anyone in Aquarius, you know. We get it, we know. Keep it to yourself, because I feel like it's been healthy for you, in the sense of you've been coping with a lot of fucking like heavy stuff very 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 healthily. You've been coping with it in a very healthy way. And you are not caring about what other people, you know, have advice for. You know, you're gonna maybe hear them out, but it's just gonna remind you at the end of the day that you know what is best for you, and that's where it makes you hesitate less on things. And I feel like there's an idea you have for like a real fulfilling like dream and goal that you could just do and pursue. I hate to say that I weirdly see like photography in this, and I feel like this is like some sort of art that's like, maybe it's not even like the social media stuff. It's more of like a photographer can show all their fancy stuff on social media, or they can just make really 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 good photography and sell that shit elsewhere, and sell it to people like in a niche community that will pay like hundreds of dollars for it. And I feel like it's a simple thing that's like, you already have something that you can take pictures of that's of value to like a niche community, and it's like that's the thing that's really, you know, I want to say pulling you forward and like fulfilling you, and you're like, can I do this? Is this like too good to be true? No, it's not too good to be true, Aquarius. And Star card. Heal from that feeling like your dreams are too good to be true, because you're allowed to have that thing. If it is social media related, it's more of like getting really serious of like, okay, well, how are you going to structure this in your real life? Of like, okay, you're still going to have, some of you probably still have a day job, or want to try and pursue something. So you could leave your day job. I mean, that's the whole goal with social media, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with staying at your day job, or staying at some kind of day job that's like, oh, one of my cards kind of sad. Alright. It is what it is. There's a sense of like, you can have a day job that's like almost like that's like not even work for you. Like if you are someone who loves animals and um you maybe want to like have like some type of second thing on the side, there's there's a sense of like not necessarily volunteering, but like finding something that's like, oh hey, I'm gonna go work with animals because like just be a receptionist at like a veterinarian office, you know? Just to like get a foot in the door and you're like in help the process of like working with animals and stuff like that. Um and I feel like there has been learning curves for you, Aquarius. There's been hella learning curves for you, I want to say. There's been a lot of learning curves for a lot of people. We just had the eclipse, too, not too long ago. We have the Hierophant coming out reversed on top of the Temperance card. What else do we have for the Temperance card? I don't want to waste too much time here babbling, because if you want to hear me babble, I will give you an hour-long reading in the description below if you want to hear more. Queen of Cups. I think that's the thing that's pulling you out of this slump here is you're just like, my cup feels dry, but I know how to fill my cup here. I know how to really get a move on. And it's like right when you forgot who you are and like what you've built for yourself and the things that you've learned and the knowledge that you've gained, this is where I feel like the Hierophant comes in here as like Taurus is really trying to like, this Taurus energy is like a bull like standing strong and like kind of halting in position, and it kind of gets you to kind of like stop. It's almost like all of this water, like it's kind of moving and then all of a sudden going just really still, and you're just like, my cup's empty. It makes you like kind of stop for a second, and you want something that's like, I want to feel like I can get up and get my ass out to fill that cup. And in that sense, that's what the Ten of Cups feeling kind of feels like, but at the same time, it's the sense of not having that feeling is pulling you and driving you forward towards getting that feeling into your life, getting that energy into your life, of being able to get your ass out of bed every day and, you know, find something that truly drives you. And I feel like you are thinking too in the box with things because of a lot of things that you've been trying to keep in balance with. You don't have to follow in the box. You are not someone who's going to fit in the box. You're not someone who's going to fit in a box if you are basically someone with wings and is a bird. You can't stay inside a cage. You need to roam free and get to the highest heights that you could possibly try and get to with the strength that you have. You've overcome so much, and I feel like this repurpose and reusing things has been like really reinventing things in your mind, reinventing yourself in your mind, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like you're putting on a different you. It's more like you're finding new things out about you, and finding out that like, oh, you combine this with this and we could do this in our lives, and it's like a whole new thing. Like, I'm gonna be honest right now, I make a bunch of dance videos, and I started incorporating props into it, and it's a whole new fucking experience when it comes to dance. Like, I absolutely love it, and it's a whole new, like, I want to say, niche thing that I was kind of talking about earlier, and I feel like that's the thing that truly, like, makes you feel free. And the only thing I can focus on is this person right here. Usually sometimes I'll like be like, oh, I see these little things, da da da, there's even that down there, but this person's just, yeah, all this has happened, we have these wings, you're ready to fly forward. But you know what the Lover's card always talks about? To truly allow yourself to fly forward, you have to make that choice. You have to take that step. And I know it's hard. I know. I fucking hear you. I've, excuse my French, but I hear you. It's hard, but you gotta do it. All right. There's no use worrying about what others may think, what others may do. It's kind of like whatever chaotic event happened in the past, like I want to say 6 to 8 months, maybe to a year. It could be a couple years for some of you, like a couple years, but some of you it could be like at the very least like 6 months past, like a chunk of time. You are kind of letting people be like, okay, well, whatever chaos had happened, it's like you can't really focus on anyone else. You got to worry about yourself, kind of a thing. And you've been doing that. It's like an earthquake happened, and you can't worry about where person A, B, C, D, E, F, and G are. You have to, worry about yourself and get yourself to safety. It's kind of like whoever's around you in the immediate area, yes, you can help them, but it's more of like, right now, you've been just worrying about yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, Aquarius. You need to understand that this is the healing of the temperance. This is the healing of the temperance, because it feels scary at first, but once you understand that you found a new way to kind of combine energies and find a new path for yourself, that you are literally walking on these clouds here, it allows so much more room for just movement and fulfilling movement in your life. I want you to almost imagine like it's not too good to be true to just, waltz on into this 10 of Cups energy. It's like this is the thing that is happiness. This is the thing that fulfills you. And it is also the thing that you can just kind of like walk right into and feel like, hey, I'm gonna have this happiness in this moment, and then you're gonna go back and be like, okay, hey, we put a lot of effort and energy into something that actually fulfilled us. That's the thing that's gonna get my ass up in the morning. All right. Oh, sorry about the camera there. Let's get some more cards for you. The last 3 cards for this 10 of Cups. 9 Pentacles. Now, these cards are speaking for themselves tonight. 7 of Wands. That's the energy of you ain't listening to nobody but yourself. And I feel like you need to remind yourself of that. You ain't listening to nobody but yourself with this. You have a dream, you have an idea, you have a plan, you have a goal. You're going after it. There's no ifs, ands, whats, or buts about it. And I want to say that this true independence I feel like is already yours. And some of you may feel like, is it really mine, or am I just daydreaming here? And I feel like that's the thing that, you got to catch yourself in and just be like, hey, believe in yourself, because you really are doing a lot with the little that you have. And I feel like it is actually motivated you in a way to go after what you want. So just remind yourself of like, hey, you've done a lot with like the little that you have, and don't for 1 second think that you can't be the true dream you that you want to be, because I feel like you already are that person. You're just not really putting yourself out there. Really, really put yourself out there. Come on, do it right now. I don't know what you need to do. If you need to get some sleep, to get up early, or maybe eat some dinner, eat some lunch, do your laundry, whatever. Get up, do it, drink some water while you're doing it. I feel like every time that you go and do something, drink some water while you're doing it, and just keep your body in motion and fueling and filling your cup, because the more that you do things like doing your laundry, it's simple stuff that fills your cup, metaphorically, fills your soul with things that you need, things that you necessarily also want at the end of the day, like a certain outfit, And I also feel like planning ahead is always good, because pentacles are in here, so make sure you're like planning ahead of like if it's a project, if it's gonna take a long time, okay, maybe slot like an hour to 3 hours to like do a certain thing, and if it's not going to take that long, then like take the whole day to do it. But put yourself, um or I was gonna say put yourself to the test or something like that, but it's more of like you got this. I don't even need to really hype you up too much. It's more of like, all right, come on, let's go, let's do it. And I feel like you need to treat yourself like you're a friend helping yourself like do the task. Treat yourself as if you were your friend, like your own friend, and imagine yourself as a friend doing a task with you. And I feel like it may help. It's like you and your highest self are doing the task, and to manifest, this true dream that you have that I feel like can truly grow and come to fruition. But you gotta, yeah, turn that frown upside down. As cliche as that sounds, it is this energy of you gotta make sure that you know that you can manifest this. It sounds silly, but the things that manifest this are the small things like doing our laundry and just making sure we got our eggs in the basket, and then find a day, okay, all of our laundry's done, this done, we don't need to be perfect, but it's like, all right, find a day to go do that project, do that thing that you want to do, go out on that date, see that movie, whatever it is, start small. Don't need to start super big. Just start small. All right? Aquarius, that's all I have for you. Thank you for letting me read your cards. Um, these were really, really fun cards to read, and I appreciate you watching all the way through. If you did, make sure to check out all the links in the description. There's a bunch of stuff. I offer personal and private readings, and that is the only place that you can find my personal private readings. So just make sure that